Ja, das schon ist ja. Yes. Can you give me a while to set up this thing? Yeah. It's, if you can hear me, just let me know in the chat section. Yeah. The Instagram live is not working yet. Uh, Yes, so hello everyone, good evening. Without wasting much of our time, let's dive right into what we have to do today. So it seems I'm not able to stream to Instagram today. The Instagram, I don't know, it's not working. So we'll just have to go through with what we have right now, which is YouTube, right? So yeah, yeah. So come in. Yes, so now give me a minute, please. Please let me know in the chat section if you can hear me, please. I want to know if everything is working all right. If you can hear me, just type one in the chat section. Please, thank you. If you can hear me. Can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, just type one in the chat section. I want to know if you can hear me. All right. So no one is responding. Are we? Can you all hear me, please? No? No. Can you all hear me, please? Can you type one in the chat section if you can hear me? Okay, yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so now let's start with what we have today. So, for those that will be joining on later and for those that are available now, um, I would like you to drop your name, what you do, like your skill. Are you a website developer? Damn, there's shit here. Are you a website developer? Are you an email marketer? And one major challenge you face in client communication. So we can have something to discuss later on. So let's start let's start filling the comment section with our names and our profession. So as I continue what I have for us today. So your name, what you do, that is your skill, and what major challenge you face when it comes to client communication, right? So yeah, so the reason for this live class, or the reason I decided to have this live session was because I was opportune to check to see the communication between my friend or between someone and his client, right? And I saw the way he spoke with his clients, or generally it was very, very disappointing, right? So I saw that there was a need to, share some of the things I've discovered and some of the steps I've taken to, evade those problems and actually boost my conversion rates. Because to be um to be sincere or to be frank, high conversion rates come about very good communication or clear communication. Because if you are very good at your other digital marketing strategies, you are very good at getting clients. If you are not good at closing the clients, you are just wasting time, money, and effort. You understand why? Because that's the last stage of the funnel, being able to communicate effectively, to convert them from um to convert them. Sorry. And wisdom is not your place. Thank you. So please give me a minute. I'm coming. Yes. To convert them from clients to from potential customers to paying clients and returning clients. So now straight to what we have for today. Majority of you know me already. My name is David Bright, David Banjo. I'm a digital marketer, a website developer, the CEO, founder of Binatech Agency, an award-winning marketing agency. So I've been doing this for quite some time. So I kind of know my way around it. So I'm just here to, try to connect with more people, share my experiences, learn from others, and we can all grow at the end of the day, right? So straight to what we have for today because I don't want to waste any time. Time has already been wasted. This streaming software really gave me some issues. So, but it is what it is, right? So the first point I have for us today is understanding your client's needs, preferences, and pain points. Right. So the first point I have for us today when it comes to enhancing our client communication skills is what understanding your client's needs, preferences, and pain points. Right. So for you to be able to easily convert a potential lead, right, to a customer, to a paying customer, please don't forget if you have questions that you came to this live session with, try to drop them down the comment section, right? So um yeah, back to what I was discussing. You have to understand your client's pain points, your client's needs and preferences, right? You cannot solve a problem you don't know about. I come to you, I want to design a website, or you have a client. Let's take, for example, you have a client, right? That client tells you, oh, can you build me a website? Right? That's a very direct approach, right? But behind the scenes, there might actually be a reason why the client actually wanted the website. Maybe the client actually needed more reach. The client wanted to, let's say, the client wanted to be able to get his product out there. There must be a secondary reason that the client actually wanted a website for. So your job is not just okay, yes, I can build a website for you. Try to figure out why they want to build that website, right? So when you're able to easily figure out why they want to actually have that website, or why they actually want to make use of that service, it gives you an edge, right? To be able to easily provide value or give them a proper value proposition and help them really understand if that is really what they need or something else, or what other services that they can actually purchase together with the website design service that will further help them or further help them achieve their goals. Do you understand? So you should not just be the type that or the client comes, I want to build a website. Yes, I build websites. What kind of website do you want to build? No, try to understand why the client actually wants to build a website. Because if you don't understand the why of something, you really never understand the value of it and how it really benefits you in the long run. And one thing you don't want is not to be able to propose value or to not be able to provide value to your clients. We'll still get there as we proceed, right? So the second thing I have for us today is crafting compelling messages, right? So from the word compelling, right? It means convincing. So crafting compelling messages is always being on top of the what's it called, on top of the communication. You want to ensure that you are the one driving the boat. Let me use that term. You are the one driving the communication, not like you are waiting for the clients to you are waiting for the clients to reply. For example, just a typical example, you get to a stage where the client asks you, um, you guys have discussed, right? And the client is ready to pay. Yeah, like, would you like to pay now? No, no, that is a very stupid question to ask. So to say, I'm very sorry, but you should not ask those kind of questions. You should be more proactive, right? You'd be like, can I send an? Don't even ask questions. I'm going to be sending an invoice now for you to make payment. That's how it should be, right? You should be proactive. You should make use of call to actions in your when talking in your messages, when talking to your clients. It should be compelling, right? It should be convincing. And for you to be able to craft convincing messages, you must really understand what you want to help them to do, right? You must really understand what you want to help the users to achieve, right? So if you don't really understand what you are helping, if you understand their pain points, you are not really be able to craft compelling messages, which also comes down to, do you have enough value? Are you able to provide enough value to your clients? Do you really know what you are doing? Do you really know the service you're offering? Or you just know the surface? You must know it in depth, because when you know your service in depth, you'll be able to leverage so many different potential points around their service to capture their attention and to provide more value to them. Right. So please, I want to be sure I'm not just talking to myself. Are we all together? I asked us to drop our names and details. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually hot. I'll soon be done actually. Yes. So the next thing I have here is actively listen and show empathy. Right? You must be a listener to be able to ensure effective communication with your clients. You must be an active listener, right? You must not be too quick to respond. That shows you must show a great deal of patience. Right? Because of if you are too anxious or fast to respond, you might end up saying the wrong thing. You might end up making mistakes, which you don't want to happen. You definitely don't want that to happen. So you must at all times, no matter how happy you are about having a client that you're talking to at a particular point in time, you must at all times keep your cool, remain calm, right? So that you're always on top of every situation that comes because of it comes in various ways. There are various objections that your clients might throw to you that might just put you off balance and make you say the wrong thing. You're meant to say A, you say B, and you don't actually want that, right? So you must actively listen. And when you also listen, that's when you'll be able to easily identify the pain point of those clients, right? So if you are not an active listener, right, your client might have explained everything he wants and why he wants it, but your attention is not going to the why that the client gave to you. Your attention is just on the service that you want to provide. And if your attention is on the service you want to provide, you are taking away normally it's meant to be a value for value. You're providing you're providing a value for money, right? The value is your services, right? So, but once your attention is goes away from the pain point of the client at that particular point in time, it shows or lets the clients easily know that this person is just after the money he wants to make. He does not really care if my business does well or not, right? So when you're an active listener, you can catch out those necessary pain points that is actually affecting his business. And when you tackle those pain points affecting your client's business, the clients will know that okay, this person actually knows and can actually help me achieve what I want to achieve. Right? Because at the end of the day, when you want to achieve something in the world or in the space of digital marketing, it's always just more than one particular service, except that person really knows the how to and is just looking for that specific service to complement an already existing service. Do you understand? So if you're if if someone is building a website, you would definitely need to have to market that website. If someone is building a website, you would definitely need email marketing for newsletters. So until you can really understand why that person wants to build that website. You might even be leaving a lot of money on the table. Let's say you are lucky enough to convert that client. You might be leaving a lot of money on the table that you get from upselling other services, which shows the great deal of importance listening has to do with. And this has to do mostly with communications over a Zoom call or Google Meet whatsoever, right? So you must actively listen, right? You must actively listen, right? So and also you must show empathy. And when I say show empathy is being understanding, right? Let's be frank, these people, your clients are human beings too. Clients have problems in their lives too. The same way we have problems in our lives too, right? So, but they really need that service. That's why they came to you, right? So, and there are different kind of clients. There are some of them that are oh, they have money, right? There are some of them that are old, they are on the broke side, but they really need that service. And some that are just there, right? You must understand which category your client falls into, right? Through communicating with them, right? You'll be able to know, oh, this person is. And there are sometimes that you might not really know, right? But when you try out your budget, of course, you have a fixed price for doing specific service. You try out your budgets to them, and they start raising objections based on the way their objections, based on the way they put out their objections. You must show a great deal of empathy. If you are too direct, and oh, that's I'm very sorry, that's the price we offer to our services. They will always go right, and also you must not be too cowardly, so to say that, or too understanding that you are now you are offering the service to the client at the detriment of your own self. That is, you're offering a service that worth like $150 for $50. No, right? So if the normal price was $150, you can be so understanding and off and charge 120, 100 at minimum, right? And also even offer payment plans to make it easier for your clients to pay up. That is you showing empathy, you showing that you actually really care for them. And another way to show empathy is to show understanding. It also comes from understanding what's it called? Understanding the business and understanding the business, what you're actually selling, and the pain point of that client, right? So, and generally, let me just put it out there that when it comes to communication, it has to also deal with it has also do with a great deal of creativity. You have to be creative sometimes because there comes many times where you just have to improvise, where you are not sure of what to say at this point in time, or you're not expecting that particular message, and you just have to improvise. So, but you improvising will only come to your benefit if and only if you actually have enough value within you. If you don't have enough value within you, you just end up tying yourself in the leg at the end of the day. There was a particular what's it called? There was a particular incident that happened a few weeks ago, right? So I was working with a particular client. So then she told me that she wants to build a website, this, that we already discussed, right? So then she asked me how much would I charge, right? So this is a client that I know that okay, she can afford my services well enough, right? So but I gave her my price. I gave her my price. When I went back and I thought about it, I now saw that I could have actually charged more. Why did I not charge more at that particular point in time? That was because of I was at that point in time I was too my thoughts were too clouded. I was focused on things I was not meant to be focused on, right? Because there was obviously there'll be tension sometimes. I'm talking about a video call, right? So I do a lot of video calls with my clients. I do chat also with them, but I like video calls because the heat is there. It's more exciting than chatting, right? So I like to do video calls with my clients, and this particular one, I don't know what came over me. I was just anxious. The money to anybody is still is very reasonable amount I charged, but when it comes to doing the right thing, doing the things the way they should have been done. Sorry, I did not charge properly, right? So I was not like, if I had taken my time to actually think about it before giving her, because that's one thing you have to know when you're communicating, no one is rushing you to give a reply, right? That's why you have to always be on top of the conversation. If it's the client that is leading the conversation, you always feel pressured to reply. And that's when you don't want to feel pressured at all. Because once you start feeling pressure to reply, then there's going to be a problem at the end of the day. Right? It's either you say the wrong thing and the client does not reply you again, or everything just goes south. And you don't want that, right? So try as much as possible to stay on top of the conversation and keep your creativity. Remain creative. Remain creative. So we'll talk about some objections that clients might throw there. I'm broke. I don't trust you. I have a cheaper client. And how to overcome them. We'll talk about them as we proceed. But let's continue. So another thing is to build trust through conversation. Most clients tend to trust you after you've done one project for them or the other, right? So, but you can also build trust by merely conversing with one person. If you know that particular skill you're offering is so in depth that you can discuss about it with anybody without blinking an eye, like it just flows because of you know it that much. It is easier for me to convince you, right? For example, okay, if I'm to sell you this my phone here, right? If I'm to sell you this phone now, the way I'll be able to sell you this phone easily is if I can tell you why you actually need this phone, right? And why you should buy it now. Why and a sense of urgency, right? And another thing is why you should trust me. But if I know enough details about this phone, I know how it works from A to Z. I know the Samsung community so well, right? It will be a lot easier for me to sell it for you and for you to trust what I'm saying. Do you understand why? Because of everything I'm saying, I'm giving you facts to back them up. I'm showing you, oh, see it, this, that, that. You are so overwhelmed by all the information that you have no choice but to trust me. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you can put your clients in a position where they can actually trust you before you actually give them a service or before you actually offer them your services. I listed out some things that can help you build trust through conversation. Number one is proper grammar and vocabulary. That is very, very important because it is you can make typo, your clients will understand. They are human beings. That's one thing you should notice. I tell people, don't be too professional when it comes to community. It is good to be a professional communicator, but these people you are talking to are human beings. They have personal lives also. But don't be too informal, don't be too formal. You can always stay in between. Right. So making a typographical error is not a problem. Right. But bad grammar is when you know your English is not too strong and you're not using extensions like Grammarly or whatsoever to help you correct your what's it called? Your English for proper communication flow. You will lose clients. Very frank, there are some people that don't like working, people that don't know how to, speak, converse well in English, that their English background is not that good. There are people like that that don't like it. So you must ensure you have a good background, yeah, in English. If you don't, use extensions like Grammarly. There are so many others, but Grammarly is a good example. Ensure your grammar is on point, your grammar and vocabulary is on point. The other thing is provide value. I just mentioned that earlier. Provide value and a solution. So when you're in the communication stage, you should be all about giving than receiving. Yes, we know that we want to make money, we want to, we want to ball and all that. So, but it should be all about what can I offer this person to make this person see me as someone worth it, someone worth investing in, someone worth purchasing his or her services. So to be someone worth that client, you have to give enough to that client. And to give enough to that client, you have to have enough value within you. So when you are giving, sometimes you might even provide the solution, right? The fact is, even if you tell the clients how you're going to do it, clients won't do it. Don't be too well. If let's there'll be a bot in that situation, because I know some of us here are freelancers, we work on Upwork, Fiverr, right? So if you've analyzed and you've assessed your client and you see the client is a seller that does not know how to carry out that service and is coming to you to resell, right? For you to carry out the service for him and for him to deliver to his clients. You know that okay, you really don't want to sell out your secret for your business. You get so, but if you are working with a a buyer, you're sure that okay, this person is the direct buyer that wants to get my services for his or her own businesses. You should not really have a problem with explaining how everything will work. The truth is they won't understand if you really know what you are, yeah, if you really know the if you really know what you're doing, they would understand and they won't understand, right? So because use a lot of email marketing terms. Let's say, let's say for example, you wanted to sell an email marketing services, and you are throwing different kind of email marketing terms to them, like bounce rates, open rates, all those kind of things, right? Click-through rates and all that. So and you're not expanding on it. You're just like the CTR, the OR, the open rates, blah blah blah. What they will really understand when you are telling them all that is the benefit you tell them. You'll be like, okay, I'll do this, do that, do this to ensure that the click-through rate per email is, or the CTR per email is very high, is about 40%, which will in turn result in high amount of sales. The only thing their mind will capture at that point is high amount of sales. Yes, I want high amount of sales. So what you want to do is increase CTR. Okay, that's your specialty. I don't really know much about it, but I want you to do that to get me that high amount of sales. Some might even go the extra mile to ask you, are you sure this will get me this? Be like, yes, because it's your cup of tea, it's what you know how to do. Right. So what you want to do is sell them the benefits and solution. And how will you do that is when you really really know your know what you have to offer, when you really know your service, right? So another thing here is be clear and transparent as possible. That is very important. Be clear and transparent as possible. If you know something is not going to work or something is not really really possible, don't force it. Don't force it because you want to make a sale. That is a very, very, very bad approach to business. I had a situation recently. I think this is a matter of 3, 4 days ago, right? So I'm working with a particular person. He said he wants more calls on his website. He owns a towing company, right? He wants more calls on his website. So and his Google My Business account got blocked, right? So which will have been a very good platform to get calls within his local environment, because you can just search on Google towing companies near me and you see it there. So people can just call him, right? But Google blocked this Google My Business account. So what is the way out, right? What's the way out? What was the solution? I told him that um, since your Google account is blocked, is it possible for you to get calls? But what we are going to use is we are going to optimize, because he said he's not ready to run ads. He does not have money for ads. And I think he said his ad account also got blocked. So the only other solution we have now is to go through the organic route using search engine optimization. I told him it will take him months. Like, you should not be expecting results in the first. If God loves business so much, you get a call in the first month. Well, it can take 3 months before you receive his first call. Right. So it should not be too expectant for the first few months. I was clear, but I let him know that we will get results at the end of the day, but it will take time. That's me being transparent. Because normally that is enough to chase some people away. Oh my God, this will take time. But if he gives me that kind of objection that, oh, this will take time, I'm looking for something that will get me calls in the first few 1 to 2 weeks. I don't want to wait to 3 months before I start receiving calls or getting clients for my business. That's an objection. So how will you be able to handle that objection? Is You'll be able to handle that objection based on how well you know your service, or you know what you are doing. Right. So if you ask me something like that, I'll be like, oh, the only other option we have now is to go through the route of social media marketing, maybe Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, since your PPC advertising is not working as of now. Or let's create a new Google account and try to run ads with that Google account. So create new solutions that can get him the kind of result he wants. Right? But don't try to cut corners just to get clients, because um business reputation is very important. Having a good reputation in business is very important, right? So, and also, once you start to put in false information when you're communicating with your clients, once you start to put in false information here and there, it gets to a point where you might not be able to back it up again, where everything just starts crumbling down on you and you don't know. It's all gone. So you just want to ensure that you're as transparent as possible, right? So, and last thing is, be the first. This one is like a cheat code because it works very well. Be the first to showcase your portfolio and case studies. Don't wait for them to ask. When, let's say, you are communicating your first five six thread of messages, you've talked, you've introduced yourselves, blah blah blah, and you're already telling him what you will do, how you will do it, what you can help him achieve, how soon, the goals, your unique selling point and all that, right? So, and while still in that conversation, before he asks you, can I see your past jobs or your portfolio? You show him, oh, this is one of the project I did for this one. This is a similar project I did for a client. I got so results, right? So, and I can help you achieve more. That alone will make the person feel so comfortable, because okay, this is something that he has done for someone before and he has achieved for someone before, right? With that alone, you can actually even close that communication, and the next thing you say is, so are you ready to place the order? Can I send an invoice now? Right? So, and I said earlier, be on top of the conversation, don't ask questions. I'll be sending an invoice now. Be very, very straight to the point, right? So what's this wasting time? Right. So, and when you're asking questions, waiting for them to reply, and you don't see their reply again, then you now start feeling, oh, is this guy not going to reply me again? Um, is he having second thoughts? Has he run away? And those things will allow you to start making it to double message. Like, you sent a message and you're not sending another message to confirm the previous message. You're not sending another message, now having different multiple threads of messages from you alone, still talking about the same thing, which is actually bad. You don't want to have it. So be more direct. I will send an invoice now for you to accept and make payment. You can even just leave that. Then the max you will say is, okay, please hold on. I'm not ready yet. I still have some questions, right? Rather than asking him questions, I'm asking him unnecessary question. I'm actually going to piss him off, or I'm actually make you unsure and feel insecure. Because one thing you don't want is to feel insecure and make clients know that you actually feel insecure about this particular deal that is happening, right? So that's something very important. So at the end of this, before I proceed, at the end of this session, I would like us to whatever we gain, whatever piece of information that we found that we will help our business and we are taking away from this particular session. I'd like us to create an Instagram post or a Facebook post, whatever, and just tag me. I'll share instructions at the end of the session. So that's just by the way. Let's proceed. Right. So number five thing I have here is overcoming objections. So now let's really talk about those things that really, really get us pissed off when our clients tell us, and really make it hard for us to close deals, right? So I don't really all we want is to make money, right? But the truth is, money comes when you are someone that has value. You don't really have to chase after money. Money comes, right? So a lot of clients I've got in the past few days, I really did not source for them. I try to find the clients. Is that someone referred them, or one way or the other, they should have found their way to me. I have clients I work with, right? So, but how will that happen is when when people have seen you as someone that has a lot of value, someone that can solve their problems, right? So, and to be a problem solver requires um learning. You have to dedicate your time to continuous learning, right? So now, how do you overcome objections? That's fine. How do you overcome objections, right? So number one, number one kind of objection, right, is budget. Be like your service is too expensive. So how do you overcome such objection when people say your services are too expensive, right? Number one thing you want to do, or the thing you want to do, is to highlight the value and return on investment that your service will bring them, right? So which is taking us back to what I've been saying, right? Value proposition. You just let them see it. You are selling something to someone. When you are selling some, as I said earlier, when you are selling this phone to me, you're not selling this phone to me because okay, it's a Samsung phone. You are selling this phone to me. The way you sell this phone to me is when you show me the benefits of this phone and how it can be of use to me, right? So that's when I would see a reason to buy. Right? To sell something to me, you have to show me a reason why I should have it. And to make me buy now, you have to create a sense of urgency, which will come about later. Right? So you must you must be able to highlight the benefits, right, and the value of the service you are providing. So when you are able to highlight the value of the service you are providing, then you're able to use that as a proper justification of why your what's it called, why your services are expensive. And using empathy, you can break down the skill we discussed earlier. You can break down the entire price of everything into something affordable, right? So, for example, I design a website. Let's say I'm going to charge $350 for a website, just normal 3 pages website. I want to charge $250, $350, sorry. So, and the client is like, oh, shit, that's too expensive. Uh, that's too expensive. I can't afford that right now. Because you know, there are some clients that they won't tell you how much you want to pay. They just be like, I can't afford that right now. Don't be too hasty to say, okay, how much do you want to pay? Okay, I'm open to negotiations, right? Don't be too quick to say that, right? Because you have to show that you yourself are an authority in what you do, right? Because it took you hours to learn that particular skill. It took you money, it took you resources to learn that much that you've actually acquired now. So you should not just undervalue yourself. You must also show that you have value. You must let the clients know that what you are doing give them a lot of value, right? So let them understand that okay, this thing I'm doing for you, this is benefit you get from it. For example, let's say I'm building a website for someone that for what example, okay, for an e-commerce business. So the person sells clothes physically, right? So the person now comes to me, okay, he wants to start selling online, or he wants to have an online store to sell his clothes. And he's like, give me a website. Okay, me, I'm being generous because normally you charge more than $350 for a website. Okay, let me collect $350. I want to charge you $350. And they're like, $350, that's too much. Can I pay $250? Don't say, pay $300. No, don't jump to the negotiation aspects that fast. You can be like, I'm not charging you, right? Don't tell them normally on a normal day I will charge 500, right? Some people might see it as you being proud. You know within you that on a normal day that can be a last such result. Instead, you break it down. Like, I'm not really charging you some or whatever, however you want to put it. This service I'm giving you will help you achieve increased ROI, increased revenue. You're able to easily promote your service to a large number of people and implement a very smooth payment gateway to ensure that everyone interested in your products can get it any day and anytime. You also help them implement a delivery system that ensures that people can get their products from any part of the world, whatever. A tracking system to know where their products are at any point in time when they order it. You know, you start adding all those little features. You also tell them, okay, I also help you implement a feature that you can easily manage your website from your phone. When someone visits your website and wants to make an inquiry, they can easily message you through your website and you see the message on your phone. All those features are things that you put to them. By the time you list out 7 to 8, that's when you know that's when they will know that's when they'll be like, oh, I see why the price is this much. Right. So, and the only way you that so the only way that will be able to convince them is if you actually really know much about what you're offering and you portray it to them in a way that actually solves their problem. Do you understand? So if you portray in a way that actually solves their problem, they will feel then you now go to the point of feeling empower borrow in English, you like you now empathize with them. Yeah, let me put it that way, right? Because you already established that it's still $50 you want to charge, right? So now how can I help you? Let's put it there now. I want to work with you. So this is how I can help you. We can help you break down this entire project into what's it called? Into a payment plan, right? So where you pay either weekly or you pay monthly or you pay after a certain milestone has been achieved, right? That is you showing empathy to them, right? So if when you now still break that stuff down into payment plans and milestones, and they're not still budging, they're like the price is still too much, that you understand, that's when you now okay take it to the negotiating route. Okay, now let's negotiate the price. Let's see if I can really help you bring down the pricing. But let that be your last sort. Let that be your last resort. You understand? Let that be the last option for you to actually go through. Not that you're just jumping to okay. Because once you jump to negotiation, so people that really know business and know what they're doing, they'll be like, no, I don't want to work with this person. Right? He does not know his value. Someone told me a story once that he wanted to build someone wanted to build a mobile app. So a lot of people sent proposals. So in his own proposal, he put $6,000, right? And the rest of them put $15,000, $20,000, $10,000. He said the person messaged him and told him that the only reason why it's not going to give him the credit is not because of his proposal was not good. He actually had a very good proposal, but he believes the amount that was put there, right, is too little to handle that project. So people think differently. Now you have to understand. So you have to ensure that you are also handling them in a way that does not really counteract the way they think. You understand what I'm trying to say? So you should to ensure not to be too hasty to negotiate. Calm down. Don't be too hasty to negotiate, right? Because at the end of the day, if you are even with a good negotiator, now you don't want to be at loss, because if you are with a good negotiator and you want to negotiate $350, the person might end up paying $200 for that project, and you just lost $150 that you might not even have to lose. You just make everything at once. So let it be like your last sort of result. Now, another trick that I use and I teach people to use when your client asks you for the cost implication, that is how much you charge and all that. Don't be too direct. Don't say I'll charge $250, right? So that you don't have to be explaining yourself later. You can put everything down together, break down the service, let them see everything, break it down, and that's another thing. Know your service well. When you know your service well, you'll be able to know a lot of sub services that you can break your major service down into, right? That will help you. Yes. So, for example, I want to design a website. So you break it down. I'll favicon upload. Let's say WordPress website creation. I'll do theme installation and customization. I'll do WordPress installation for this amount. I'll do favicon creation upload for this amount. I'll do WordPress customization for this amount. I'll do this for this amount. Plugins for this amount. You understand? So by the time you break everything down, the total amount, you still put it in total $350. Right? But if they now object, be like, please take them through the payments that you wrote down. I see that the amount you put for each is a very reasonable amount, because when you've listed everything out and you treated everything very well, you see that everything will become the price of each of those services will be around 50, 70, 40. You be like, you see, these services are very, very affordable. It's because of the amount of things I want to do for you to ensure that you get the results you want to achieve at this much. Right. So, and if I should start removing some of these services, you might not be able to achieve the results you want to achieve. That's the reason why we have to do all this. So, to that result, I can help you by introducing a payment plan. But this is everything you need, and you have to pay for us to be able to get you that result that you want. So then hearing that you have no reason not to want to what, not to want to proceed, right? So another objection, so as not to waste much time, we've actually spent a lot of time here. Another objection is um timing issues. People be like, no, it's not the right time, blah blah. So and that's to solve that, you have to just create a sense of urgency. You have to let them know the reason why they need that service and they need it now. Now. Right? So you have to create a sense of urgency. And how do you create a sense of urgency? You create a sense of urgency and you by using your value proposition as a backup, right? You'd be like, okay, you need a website now, so that in the next few days you can start getting website traffic and start getting email subscribers. There was a particular scenario that happened. I saw it somewhere where um it was a sales call, right? So the person was like, he was really interested in their package, in whatever service they had to offer, but the he said the company was not in the right fit right now to achieve, to get that particular, to pay for that particular what's it called, for that particular service. Right now their problem was budget, but still had a problem of timing. Right? Problem of timing in the sense that the person said he was still going to come back and pay for it in the next few maybe months. But right now he wants the team to grow. Right. So the person asked a simple question that if your team continues to go the way they are, right, is right now with the current revenue they are generating, how many months do you think your company will last? The guy said that okay, they might fold up in the next few months. But like, do you want to fold up? No. Then see why you need to get that service and get it now. Yeah, so when you really understand the benefits that your service would give to someone else's business, you can take that as an advantage to turn the situation around for your own benefits, which is why you have to be creative when it comes to communication. You understand your value proposition, you understand the benefits. You take that together, turn it around, and use that as a weapon against your your clients. As simple as that. Use that to turn tables and to give them a reason to buy now. To make it feel like if they don't buy now, their business will crash tomorrow. If they don't buy now, their traffic will start going down. You go to their website. When you want to work with it's a client, you see the what's it called? You see the person sends you their website. Maybe they wants to redesign the website, or the person says he's having low traffic. He sends you all the details. All that is enough for you to get things to create that sense of urgency within them. For example, the person sent you the website and you use a particular SEO tool, let's say something like SEMrush, to analyze the traffic and um see how the website has been doing. Then you see that okay, the website has been increasing in traffic over time. Then it starts dropping. Then you can just after analyzing that data, you can tell them that this your website traffic continue to drop and continue to drop. But if it continues to drop this way, or it has actually started to drop, obviously. So like this your website traffic has started dropping and will continue to drop if you don't take necessary steps to ensure that new visitors start visiting your website, right? So, and how do you get new visitors to visit your website? You need to optimize your website. You need to optimize the SEO of your website. Right now, you have a lot of poorly optimized content on your website. You have a lot of this on your website. And what are the effects? What are the negative effects that could happen if you don't do it now? You outline it also, right? So, negative effects that your domain ranking, your domain authority might reduce, which will cause it hard for us to rank your domain up again when you finally decide to want to rank your website. So give them all those kind of things, and also the keyword difficulty, because day in day out websites are being built, right? So and these websites are being built are also being optimized for search engines. So and they're using keywords. They're optimizing these websites for keywords. They're optimizing this website for keyword phrases. So and as people continue to use these keywords and use these keyword phrases, the keyword difficulty tends to increase. So if you don't optimize your own websites now, before the keyword difficulty increases, it will be hard for us to optimize it later in the future. And we will charge you more. So that alone, you've already scared them, pay more like say I go do am now. Do you understand? So which is a way to create such sense of urgency. There are different ways to do it. There are different ways to do it. You just have to be creative. Just have to be creative, right? So um another thing again, another objection is competitor comparison. You get so sometimes clients tend to, I do it also if I want to hire people, like I can message 2 to 3 freelancers, right? So and see which one is more affordable. Clients do that also. Right? So how can you overcome that objection when the person tells you that, oh, I have someone that will do it for cheaper, right? So The only thing that will take you out of that particular situation is your value proposition and your unique selling points. You need to have a unique selling points. You have a unique selling point. And you can use key performance indicators of previous work as a unique selling point. Right? So there's probability that those former clients do not have a case study to back up their claims of what they want to do. But you have a case study. You can use that case study to you can use results from that case study to back up that you do a better job. Right? So and don't let it sound like you are competing with another client. You can even give them the go ahead. Like go ahead if you want to, you can go ahead and use that client. But I know I'm confident that I can do a better job than this person based on these so reasons. Those so reasons are your unique selling point and what value proposition, which you have to sit down and understand and write out. You have to sit down, understand, right? Because of each and every service have has its own unique selling point and also varies from what from service provider to service provider. That is, it varies from me to you. My unique selling point varies from myself to you. My unique selling point might be based on my price. Your unique selling point might be based on your price. My unique selling point might be based on what's it called? Based on the kind of services I provide or the benefits that you achieve, or some free services that I also provide, right? Your own unique selling point might be based on something else, right? So, but you need to identify your unique selling point, and it has to be something that really, really also solves a problem. Do you understand? That is something that really, really solves a problem. How do you think companies do? What's it called? Um, some companies do free trials and some don't. Free trial is just one unique selling point for other companies, right? Because it helps them generate more sales. The amount of people in the world that put their card details to do 30 days free trial and forget their card details there is high. It still happened to me this year today. My Spotify, my credit card was inside my Spotify. I forgot to inject my credit card for my Spotify account, and it automatically paid for another premium subscription today that I did not authorize, but because of my credit card is there. But they gave me a free trial which made me put my card there just for me for them to what to lure me in. That is the purpose of what a unique selling point. It's always what to lure to lure the customers in, to show you why I am better than this person, to show you the difference between this person and this person, because this website designer is always different from this website designer. Right, because we are two different heads. So this digital marketer is different from this digital marketer. So you have to sit down and craft your unique selling points. Right. So that's that about that. How's that about that? So now another thing I said here is make use of your unique selling points to justify the reasons for your charge, right? Make use of like this for your high quotes and use empathy and understanding. Use empathy to understand your clients and to help you know when to overcharge or when to undercharge or when to keep neutral. That's the empathy will help you know when to overcharge, when to undercharge, when to keep neutral. And when I say when to keep neutral, that is when not to change your price. Right. So when somebody is comparing you with another freelancer, don't get flustered, don't get scared, right? Some of them are actually empty threats. But if you actually know your worth, the person will still buy from you at the end of the day. Right. So that's that about that. So now the last yeah, before we proceed, if you've encountered any kind of objection, like maybe you're talking with a client and um, they give you a similar kind of issue, or they are objecting to something and you actually were not sure of what to do, just type it in the comment section. We are getting close to our question and answer period right now, so we can end this stream as soon as possible because our time is far and well spent. So if you have any questions, kindly type it out in the comment section as we begin to round up this live session. So the last thing I have here is utilizing technology for communication. So one thing that disgusts me that I found out recently was people reply messages using ChatGPT. And that is very, 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 very bad and absurd. You should not do that. There's a difference between, okay, I actually want to, I want to, you ask me, okay, can you build this particular kind of website? I know I can build this particular kind of website. I know how to do it, but I need some more additional info to add to what I already told you, right? To further explain my points. And I asked ChatGPT for it. That's still cool. That's still understand. That's still acceptable. But taking your client's message, pasting it in ChatGPT for an answer and replying, it is very, very, very absurd. No one should ever indulge in that. If you are doing that, you're just wasting your clients, you're just wasting your money, right? So, and that's another thing you should know because these people are human beings. Clients are human beings. So just talk to them normally. You'll be fine. Talk to them normally. That. It has always worked for me. That's because I would always talk to you normally. I always want to ensure that we build a kind of rapport, especially if I'm an online call. I'm not that much of a funny person, but I always want to try to ensure that okay, if not even if you don't laugh that much, you get comfortable with each other as much as possible over the phone. So that you can always come to me whenever you have a problem. You understand? So that way it will be easier to what to close deal because you're already building a safe environment for the clients. You're making them feel safe. If they don't feel safe around you, they will run away. You get so run away. So stop using ChatGPT to reply clients because it always sounds bottish. If I see the ChatGPT contents, I will even easily know. So most clients know when you reply them in ChatGPT. So use Grammarly. You mentioned it earlier, vocabulary and grammar. Use Grammarly and other speech correction extensions. Use Grammarly and other speech correction extensions. Be fast to reply, right? Initially. Take note of that. Be fast to reply initially to keep your customers in the conversation. So when a potential client messages you, ensure that you reply as fast as possible, right? So reply as fast as possible in the initial conversation, like saying, "Hi, I saw your contact. I need a website design service. Hello, I'm David. I can help you with this. Kindly give me more information or about what you want us to help us with, so that you can give us more information about the problem you are facing currently, so if we know how to serve you better. Put that out. Whatever come messages come after that, don't be too hasty to reply. You can read it as soon as possible, but take your time to fully what analyze and process what you want to see before you see it. Right? Take your time. Very important. Because if you are rushed to reply, you also be fast to realize that you made a mistake. You get so do not be hasty in replying your clients after you've sent the initial message, right? Because you want to take your time to analyze the entire situation and you want to be creative when replying them. You want to be creative around your value proposition and all that. So you want to ensure to think before typing. You want to be quick to sell. Do not be quick to sell. Sorry, do not be quick to sell. Provide value first. Provide value first. It's all about giving before receiving. As the Bible says, give and you shall receive 10 times, multiple folds. Press together, shaking up, pouring over. Shall the Lord put unto your bosom? Sorry, I turned to a pastor, but it is just that. It's just normal way of life. When you give, you expect was to receive multiple fold. So give more, give more value than you hope to receive. Because when you can give more value to your clients, they feel more safe that okay, this person knows what he's doing. This person can help me achieve what I want to do. Right? Before you actually start talking about let the money aspect be the last, what's it called? The last part of your communication after you have fully understood what you want to do for them. That does not mean you now take your conversation for days. You can understand your client's pain point of need in the first 5 to 10 messages that you have together, right? So you can understand your client's pain points in 10 minutes, right? And go straight towards payments. It differs from person to person, but don't just waste too much time on unnecessary things. Do not waste time on unnecessary things, right? So, uh, yeah, don't be too quick to sell. Provide value first. Don't be too quick to sell. Provide value first. So now, I think yeah, that's all I have for us today. So in summary, be creative when communicating. Be creative. Provide value first. Value solution before talking about money. Right. So that will help you build trust with your clients. That will help you build a safe environment with your clients. That will help you make a very good impression with your clients. And also, it will also save you in the future because when you start that project, if you have not taken your time to fully understand what the person wants to do, the person now starts saying, no, this is not what I want. And that's, yes, thank God I came to that. I wanted to point that out too. When you finally come to a conclusion of what the person wants, and you've talked about what you can help the person achieve. Outline let's be a message you send to the clients. Outline a list of all the things you both agreed to do. It's very important. Outline them. Outline them. Right? So if you don't outline them, You are doing yourself because some clients might come back and say, "Oh, they told you this." Right? Then maybe it was you both discussed that discussion was made over call, right? And there's no way to back it up that no, this is what you said. It will just turn to a dispute between both of you. So, but when you've outlined at the end that okay, this are the so things that we've agreed that what I'm going to do for you, right? There'll be no issues at the end because when it's like, and you've not done this, you just send in the message of the things that you both agreed that are going to be doing for him and what he paid for. So that when he says, okay, you did not do this, it is not part of our initial agreement. You have to pay so for me to complete this for you. And if it's not like, oh, why do I have to pay? Then you can now show empathy based on if you know he has is a high ticket client or a low ticket client. If it's a high ticket client, don't be afraid to bill him. He has to pay for this. But if it's a low ticket client, you can show empathy and charge a bit. Or if you are that generous, you can do it for free as far as he has paid for your complete service before, depending on how much it is, right? So, but if it is something plenty, something that will take your time, ensure to charge and charge well, right? Because you do not agree on that particular terms of condition at the terms and condition at the initial discussion, right? So take note of that. Take note of that. So use grammar correction tools. That's very important also. That's very important. So that's all I have for us today. Do you all have any question? Please, if you have any question, let's begin to um drop it in the chat section. If you have any questions, let's let's begin to ask in the chat section. Right. So we can see them together before we call this meeting a day. Right. So any questions, please? Any questions, please? And also, as I said, the activity I have for us after the classes, I would like us to type a summary. It might just be two, 3 lines of what we learned about one thing that we picked for ourselves because there might be some of the things I said that we already do, and there are some things that I've said that we don't do. Right. So whatever you learn that you feel like is something you're going to implement in your business going forward, right? Just type it, post it on your Instagram, your Twitter, your LinkedIn, whatever social platform you wish to do, but I prefer Instagram. So then tag me and also use the hashtag David Bright off. Right, that's my username and hashtag. Let me check the second hashtag. Also hashtag David Bright off and hashtag convert with com. So I'll put it in the chat section for us to see. Also, so am I back? Yes. So you tag me on Instagram and you also use this hashtag, these two hashtags um for the post. Right. Congrats with com. So in the coming days or weeks, most probably weeks, we have another class and hopefully um we'll be able to stream on Instagram. I apologize, I'm not able to stream on Instagram today. I don't know. The software was not working well. So but it is what it is. So thank God for okay. I talked about breaking down our service when we want to bid our clients. What about clients that wouldn't object your bid immediately they see it and just stop conversing without stating their reason, right? So to be very frank with you, I know I'm very honest with you, Victoria. Hi, Victoria. There's nothing you can really do about it. Why? Because they might stop conversing with you based on the conversation. There are a lot of reasons why they might actually stop conversing with you. Right. So let me give you a particular scenario. Today I saw a shirt and a trouser on Instagram. Very beautiful piece. And I'm like, damn, I need to get this clothes, right? So and I knew how much was my account balance. So I was like, okay, let me just chat people up. I'm interested. I like this clothes. So I sent a message, and the first reply they sent to me is, what size do you want, so we can complete your order. You no go even tell me how much wetin I wan buy buy bin here. So I read the message and I did not reply because I was I want to know how much I'm investing. If it is more than what my budget can handle, let me know. You are just telling me what is my, and I was not interested in dragging the what's it called, the conversation that long. So that's it. There are people differ from people. People are different, right? So if they don't reply you again, means that there must be something that must have either happened during the conversation that made them not trust you or made them not feel comfortable with working with you. Or at that point in time, they are broke. At that point in time, something else came up that they need to use money to do. So there are a lot of things that can happen, right? So the client is not just like the client is not a bot that should find you and buy from you. It's a human being that needs that particular service, but also have other life problems that can stop him from buying from you. Right. So this particular kind of question you're asking is not objecting, means was actually interested in it, but stop replying for no reason. Could be something happened, right? Something happened and you don't know what happened, right? It might not even be related to your communication. If you understand what I'm trying to say. So most of the time it's not tied to communication, this kind of objections, when they just stop replying you and they showed positive, what's it called? They showed a lot of positive signs that they're going to make a purchase from you and they don't just make a purchase again. It's not because you did something wrong, might be, but it might be because of some other external factors that are actually happening in their life at that particular point in time. So I've had experiences like that too. There was one that happened. This one, he has even actually paid me already. He paid me quite a huge amount of money. I was designing his website. The website was quite big, right? So, and it has been going on for a long period of time because the website is big, so it took months. And after a few weeks of me designing the website, I tried to reach this guy. Drop message on it, drop a message. He will not reply because then I was on Fiverr. Drop message, he did not reply. After 2, 3 days, I drop another message, he did not reply. Ah, what's up? Where this guy go? Like after like a week after, I dropped another message, no reply. After like 2 weeks, I dropped another message, no reply. I tried to search because his name is on Fiverr. I searched Instagram, all that. I was able to get his Instagram and do Facebook and do search, drop the message. And this is why I was doing all that was because you already paid me to do a service. You do not even I want to show you this what I did to know that if I'm going to make any other changes, if you are okay with it. You get that kind of thing. And he also promised another project after. Okay, let's even discuss that one too. It's nowhere to be found. You cannot say something went wrong in the communication because I already got the project. Right? So but why is it that it was nowhere to be found? Something else must have happened that I'm unaware of. And there's no way for me to be aware of it if he does not want to communicate it with me. Do you understand? So it might not all the time, especially this specific kind of scenario, might not all the time be because of you do not communicate well. It might be because something else is happening in their lives. They are human beings, remember. Yeah, so it might be because of that reason. So there's nothing much you can do to that. There's nothing much you can do to that. You just have to proceed. As we know in marketing, you cannot expect to convert 100% every potential lead you have. You are just expecting to have, let's say, if you have a okay, let's use for services now. If you have 10 leads or 10 prospects you're working with, you're expected to convert like let's say 4 to 5 on a very good day, right? 4 to 5. Yes, you can follow up definitely. You can follow up. There's no problem with that. Since you both were on a good note when initially before they stopped replying, you can definitely follow up. Follow up is very good. Yes, thanks for that. But definitely follow up. Right. So if you have clients like that, you can follow up. But it's just that don't be spamming when following up with people. Right. So show concern in your follow up. Try to understand what the problem is before you would why you're sending a follow-up message. I follow up my clients a lot. I still sent a follow-up to someone today. I was just like, my follow-up did not show anything business related. I was like, hey there, hey Corey, it's been a while since I heard from you. Hope everything is fine. That's just is a very simple, friendly follow-up, right? It's not me being me being how do I put it, money after him trying to pay me or something. I'm just showing like I'm sincerely concerned about him and his well-being as a business partner and all that. So you can follow up definitely, but don't be spamming. Don't be spamming. If you are spamming, they'll block you at the end of the day because There are some funny clients that actually see your message and they don't just want to reply because of certain reasons. And I can say this for a fact because I do it also. And you must also have done it at some point in your life where you will see the message and you will not reply because of some reasons that you have for yourself. Right? Not because of you have any problem with them, but maybe because at that point in time your budget is not looking friendly, you have enough money or something came up in that happened that you may not be able to afford it anymore. So all a lot of things can happen. Follow up, don't be spammy, right? So that's that. So I hope I answered your questions, Victoria. Any other person? Let's take one more question before we call it a day because if this live session has gone on for longer than I expected. Any other question before we call it a day? Yes, you're welcome, Victoria. So yes, so if there are no more questions because no one is asking. And if you still have questions, you can ask after. So I'll be dropping a link to my Telegram channel. So I'll be posting a lot of digital marketing related contents. And apart from me posting them, the purpose of the channel is for us to build a community of digital marketers, right? So for us to be able to share ideas, communicate. And when I have coming sessions like this, you can always get first-hand information because so it's kind of an hassle for me today trying to share the links. There are some groups I could never share the links to because time has already gone, right? So I would send the WhatsApp group now, and I would like all of us to join. Sorry, the Telegram channel link now. I'd like all of us to join it, so it will be easier for us to join later later um, online sessions. So with that, we've come to the and also you can send a DM to me if you need any help via my Instagram or whatever or Telegram also. Right? So I'll be there to reply your message as soon as I see it. Right? So that's all I have for us today. Thanks to every one of us that made ourselves available today. Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.